Just wanted to show off another t-shirt that I was kindly given on my last group cruise. Hi everybody, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, the Celebrity Beyond ended up having some propulsion issues. Oh my goodness, have we heard that yet? Have we heard that yet this year, that some cruise ships have had propulsion issues? Well, this one is pretty severe because they ended up canceling an entire cruise. So if you're on the next cruise, you might want to be a little concerned. We also have another 18 cruise ship workers from the Philippines were detained and deported from the Carnival Sunshine this time. We'll talk about that and what they need to go through to even be able to work on a cruise ship going to the United States and Canada. Next, we also want to talk about Celebration Key. It's open, it's official, it's going on, and then of course the largest cruise ship in the world is headed to the United States. On the way back to its home port, the Celebrity Beyond ended up having some technical issues which affected its maximum speed. Well, it was so much so that they announced to passengers that they were going to be delayed getting back to home port, and disembarkation may be late, and letting the next passengers know that the next sailing may get delayed as well. Well, apparently it was now so severe that yesterday's sailing on the 20th was canceled completely because they need more time to assess the damage and to make repairs, if it's even possible to make the repairs. They don't know the extent of the damage right now. So yeah, that's a little scary if you're on the next sailing of the Celebrity Beyond. Now, what happens if you were scheduled to go on the Beyond on the 20th and it's canceled? What are they giving you for it? Well, they're going to give you a full refund. Check. All right, definitely that's what you're supposed to get. 2, they're going to give you a full cruise fare 100% future cruise credit. So if you paid $5,000 for your cruise, you're going to get a $5,000 future cruise credit. Not taxes, port fees, shore excursions, anything like that. The cost of your fare. So whatever that works out to be, that's fair. They're also paying, if you use future cruise credits to book that cruise, those future cruise credits are just going to go back into your account. You're not even losing your deposit. So you're getting that money back. Also, if you flew, they're going to arrange flights and reimbursements if you went through the cruise line. If you booked on your own, you're going to get $200 for domestic flights, $400 for international flights. If you booked a hotel, they're going to reimburse you $250 for your hotel. Of course, you're going to need receipts for everything, but yeah, that's not a bad offer for something that came up. It's not their fault. Would you want to go on a cruise ship that the engines aren't working properly and end up like what happened, on the poop cruise that you're watching a documentary on Netflix about? I don't think so. I don't think that's a scenario we want to see at all. So this is a bit of a touchy subject right now going on in the United States, right? But we'll have to cover it, because it's affecting cruise ships, from river cruises to ocean cruises now. We just reported that Viking had a couple of their ships boarded and some crew members removed and detained, and that's affecting the working on board of those ships. Well, now the Carnival Sunshine in Norfolk just had 18 crew members detained and deported from there. Now, if you don't know, to work on a cruise ship, you need to be vetted by the cruise lines, and then you need to get, through customs and immigration, like they inspect you as well, right? They approve and they give you what's called a visa, depending on how long you're going to be working on cruise ships. But I think it's called a CD1 visa for the US. And everybody who works on a cruise ship has to apply for this. And it has to be good for like 6 months after your term of service on the cruise ship. So if you have a year-long contract, it has to be at least a year and a half. Many of them are 5 to 10 year visas, and they all are vetted through immigration. And they're all double checked, so there's 2 different processes to check these folks in before they can work on a cruise ship. Right now, the problem is that these are going onto the cruise ships, they're detaining them, they're taking them off with valid visas. They all 18 had the valid visas and documentation they needed, but they were sent home anyway with no lawyers and no representation and no court. Innocent till proven guilty, right, is the law in most countries, and I don't want to get into the political aspects. If they broke the law, then yes, they should be deported, right? Fine, no problem. My problem is that we're not having any proof of anything right now. It's just we're deporting them. And they had visas. It's not like they snuck into the country. It's a scary situation. And it's starting to spread fear amongst all the different cruise line workers right across the cruise line industry right now. So without getting this into too much of a political debate, 18 members removed from the Carnival Sunshine who had valid visa work orders were here in the country legally, not staying in the country, not moving into the country, not living in the country, were detained and deported. And we're not really getting clear answers as to what they did wrong or any proof of what they did wrong. And that's probably the thing that's upsetting most people out there, advocacy groups, etc. Not only that, the legal system is starting to get upset with it as well. And it makes a lot of people working on cruise ships right now very, very nervous and very, very scared. Remember, this is their livelihood, their jobs. Many of them support families back home. And if they were to lose their job for maybe no reason, maybe some reason, could be devastating to the entire family that those people work there. And again, I'm not taking a side in this. I just want to know that there's a due process out there for people who have legitimate visas and a right to be where they say they're going to be. Let's see what happens with more of this in the future. It's very nerve-wracking, I imagine, if you're a crew member from any country other than United States right now, or maybe even Canada, the UK. They seem to be focusing on certain countries only. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. I hate talking about these kind of stories. I absolutely hate these kind of stories. All right, better news, better news. Let's talk about it. John Heald is just on the cruise ship that went for its the very first cruise ship to ever step foot on Celebration Key, as they opened up their island, and apparently people are having a lot of fun there. There's a lot of food options. There's of course, the giant water slides, the cabanas, the giant pools, etc. It looks like people are having a great time. It's a new experience, and that's terrific. A new place to go is always a lot of fun. And it's always fun to be one of the first people there. Absolutely. And finally, if you've been long waiting and can't wait for the next largest cruise ship in the world, it has now set sail for the United States because it's sailing in August, and it is the Star of the Seas on its way. Brand new ship. Looks beautiful. It's going to have, I believe, the Broadway show on board is going to be Back to the Future. I'm super excited to see that. It looks amazing. I love the icon. It was some weird getting used to in some places, but the ship itself ran like a clock. It was beautiful, and the staff is always wonderful on board these ships, especially the brand new ship launching, as they tend to bring in the best of the best for the inaugural season. So yeah, If you're on that ship anytime in the next few months, expect a great time. Well, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? How disappointed would you be if you're sitting in your hotel room and you get a message that your cruise is canceled, but you get all your money back, 100% future cruise credit, your flight paid, and your hotel paid? Would you really be upset? It depends. If you can travel like I do all the time, not so much. If you're a person who gets one vacation a year and this was your vacation, you might be a little more upset about the whole situation. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.